What is going on, guys? Welcome back to LLF Games, and today we are going for a POV drive in this awesome 668 horsepower E92 M3. I'm actually just about to shoot a video for the main channel, Living Life Fast. Obviously this car well deserves a feature on there, but yeah, I've just collected it now, give it a clean. So we're going to go for a little walk around, go over the specs, some of the modifications it's had, and then we'll go hit the road and see what she's like. So yeah, enjoy the video. So first things first, if you're new to LLF Games, basically it's a car competition platform where you can basically purchase a ticket to win this car. So we usually do around 3,000 to 4,000 entries per car. Competition lasts around 2 weeks. And at the end of the 2 weeks, we head over to our LLF Games Facebook page and I do a live draw. I use a random number generator via Google, and whatever number is generated is the winner of the car. So for anybody that's unsure, it's very real. We've had around 13 winners so far. The previous winner won a Mark 7.5 Golf R. Before that was a manual 450 horsepower M2, and the list just goes on and on. So yeah, BMW M3, it's the 4th generation E92. There are a few variations of this. So you've got the E90, which is the saloon 4-door. You've got the E92, which is the coupe. And you've also got the convertible, which is the E93, which is what Emma's got. Got a 4-litre V8 engine up front, putting out usually 414 horsepower, naturally aspirated as well, high revving, usually to around 8250 RPM. This car does have some nice modifications, so we'll lift up the bonnet so you can have a little look. Sorry about the lighting, guys. I think next time I just need to have the lights on like normal. Like, these lights are on here to make it look fancy, but it probably looks horrendous on a GoPro. But anyway, the secret to how this car is putting out the power it does is because of this supercharger kit, which has been installed by a company called Aaron Reeves. He is the man responsible for most supercharged M3s in the UK. I've been out in a few on the channel and I'm always hearing his name when superchargers are involved. So as you can see, you've got this ESS tuning plenum finished in red, which looks awesome. You've also got this V3 Vortex supercharger, which puts out an extra 250 horsepower over stock, so 668 bhp, and it's on a completely stock engine, guys. Like, there's no building, there's no forged pistons or rods. All we've got is a front mount intercooler, larger injectors, and probably a custom tune done by Aaron himself. So down here you can probably see, no, you probably can't see actually, you've got K&N air filter coming through one of the air ducts. And yeah, these are pretty bulletproof. Like, the power all comes in at the top end of the RPM, so it's not low down, you're not going to bend rods. And a very, very popular modification for the E92. Now let's get that down. A really cool mod the owner's done is actually have these angel lights changed to white. Emma's actually been trying to change hers for like 4 years. They come like yellow, which obviously look a bit dated. That definitely freshens up the front end. You've got the black kidney grills, you've got the black splitter, you also got the power dome on the bonnet. The car's finished in black as well, but it does have this like brown tint to it. Like Emma's M3 is like a Jerez black, so it looks almost like blue sometimes, but this car gives more reds and oranges in the sunlight. It is a pre-LCI, but there is facelifted LCI tail lights. As you can see down here, we've got these 20-inch BBS alloy wheels. Behind those are F10 M5 Brembo calipers, so as you can imagine, the braking's awesome. Got these cool mirrors, obviously the same as what are on my 1M coupe. And yeah, walking around, obviously the calipers have been done in this like lime green. I think it looks pretty cool. It's got a fully decatted exhaust system. This car, let me tell you, it sounds like hell. And let me tell you, it's a beautiful, beautiful car as well. So as I mentioned, you've got the LCI tail lights, which transforms these cars. Interior, we've got the flat bottom steering wheel, black leather seats in beautiful condition. Only 82,000 miles on the clock. Shut up. 6-speed manual gearbox. We've got EDC, so it's got adaptive suspension, and you've got a few different settings like MDM, traction off, and you've got a power button there which sharpens up the throttle. We get an M button on the steering wheel, and yeah, like I say, it's really nice, man. Carbon dash, and for a 2008 M3, like, check it out, guys. It is really, really clean. I think these lights have been upgraded to white or blue. So yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna be missing a couple of mods, but let's just jump out and take it for a drive. I want to pull up somewhere so you guys can have a little listen to the exhaust on this, because it sounds ridiculous. Window down, POV, rev matching. Whoa, 36 miles in the tank. This car drinks, people. Whoever wins this car, petrol will be your best friend. Oh, I know where we are. Interior cabin, like almost new inside here. I mean, for a 2008, this was like basically one of the first pre-LCI M3s, and I mean, this is it's looking, yeah, like new, crazy. Like the owners clearly looked after the car. It's only got 82,606 miles on the clock. It was just serviced at 79k by a tuning specialist, somebody that actually works on these types of cars. So the car's all good. I think the owner spent about £700–800 on that service. We've got air conditioning, electric windows, obviously manual gearbox. These cars are also offered with a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, which is probably a more favorite for people, but this is obviously going to be a much more driver focused and more engaging car to drive. I absolutely love a manual because you can rev match like that. So these have got the M differential. Have a listen, mate. Yeah, this is one of them cars where people will complain. And where I'm located, we've got a lot of older people that they just be snitching, yo. First thing we've got to do is get to a petrol station ASAP. But yeah, 4-litre V8 naturally aspirated engine from factory. It's got high rev in nature, highly tuned engines these are. I've filmed this car so many times, like just the E92 in general. It almost hits a bit boring, but have a listen, Crazy. So I can see traction like flashing there. So we do have an MDM mode, which is like traction half off. I can feel it restricting power slightly, but that, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the best sounding things on earth. 100%. I say it every time I get into an E92, but it feels nice, you know. It's a what, 13 years old, still feels nimble, dynamic. Steering wheel width is nice as well, it's not too thick. Usually see these cars on track. The Supercharger definitely complements, you know, the characteristics of an M3. You know, it doesn't change the power curve, it's still, you know, nice and flat. It feels just like it was from factory, and that is the nice thing about Superchargers. It's not like a turbocharged car where you've all of a sudden got this spiky low end torque. You can flatten in any gear. First gear there's a tiny bit of wheel spin, but second it hooks up really nice. Obviously we've got pilot sports on the rear. Lovely bit of rain, and that is exactly why UK is a must-have place to live, because we get rain like this. Way too much attention. Look at that guy's just staring now. Anyway it looks, it's almost like you're speeding when you're not. I literally had somebody come over to me the other day whilst I was doing the drive-by saying stop racing. I'm like, mate, we're not racing, like we're just getting some drive-bys. And I get some people that live in peaceful areas, and you got man like Ricky coming through with a loud ass, you know. Hear that? I do love all-wheel drive cars, but the M3 being rear-wheel driven, front wheels left to just steer, you know, it makes for a very well balanced and predictable car. You know, there's no torque steer. You can sometimes get a little bit of understeer. Oh, lovely. Yeah, it's proper chucking it down now. I can feel the weight of the car, man. It's not the lightest. You're talking 1,650 kilos. And it's a spacious cabin. I mean, my driving position, I'm sitting there like I'm Lewis Hamilton, ready to catch the back end. So yeah, it's the first time I've driven this car in the wet now. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if I go down to second. Nah, still full traction. Oh, great. Thank you. I'm like, we don't want to go traction off, but yeah, it spins up a little bit now. But yeah, the chargers blow, I think, around 2.5 to 6 psi, so it's absolutely no strain on the engine. These engines are pretty bulletproof. Obviously, if they're not looked after, you've got the odd rod bearing issues that you hear about. It's not as common as you think. You are advised to replace them, but of course this car should have had the rod bearings done when it had the Supercharger kit installed. That Aaron Reeves, he does include some sort of upgraded rod bearings. It's definitely had actuators, and there is a folder full of receipts. Cars had a lot of money spent on it. You're talking at least 10 grand for the Supercharger kit, by the way. And the wheels are around 3,000 to 4,000, and then the brakes, God knows how much they are, but the owner or previous owners have spent quite some money on this car. I remember you can win this car for just £10. Like, oh, let's get this. Whoa! What's that? An RS6. Does he want the smoke is the question. You know, when there's a potential race, it's like things get real serious. It's like, what do you want, bro? You want it? You want it? Yeah, no? No? Let the RS6 hear that slap, innit? Let him know what he's missing out on. So yeah, it was only just a quick little POV drive just to show you what it is you can win. Obviously ticket links will be in the description below, and as mentioned earlier, I am shooting a video for the main channel, Living Life Fast, so keep an eye out for that. It may have actually gone up before this, so yeah, head over there. I'll probably link it below if it did go up. So yeah, I think I am going to end the video there, guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, ticket links are in the description below, and the $9.99 ticket price is only up for the first 48 hours. Sometimes you let it roll on for a few days, but yeah, if I was you, I'd highly recommend getting your ticket ASAP. And yeah, I'm out.